This one right there in the back, I don't know if you guys can see, is one of the most famous mountains in Switzerland. You can't actually see now because it's kind of cloudy and it's covering it, but it is. What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to another video. I know it's been a while since I actually set this up and it is my favorite angle, but sometimes I just want to record my videos without the friction of having to set it up, and sometimes the idea is too fast and I prefer to use that light over there and not really close anything here, but I really enjoy it. I mean, this is my favorite setup for sure. Also quality wise, I think it's the highest quality I can get here, but that's not what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about today is something that I think, and maybe you guys are going to relate, is I believe that we somehow lost the spark that we used to have when it comes to photography. What's up, everyone? No, I am not hiking again. I'm actually want to talk to you guys about something that I've been thinking about this week, which pretty much is like, I don't really remember last time that I actually took my camera just for the sake of taking it. And I think sometimes when obviously you do this for a living, you kind of go on the automatic and you just do, but it's always with this sort of pressure of creating something that is perfect, that you're proud to put out there. And we kind of forget that why we do this. And I think this past week I've been sort of struggling with the creative aspect of why I'm doing this. It's sort of like I'm trying to be this machine to create everything, but I just really can't. So I came out to this amazing place. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's just absolutely gorgeous, to try and spark my creativity again. So we're gonna stay here for the night. I have my wife here with my dog, and I'm looking forward to kind of spend some time in the nature, trying to sort of reconnect with the fact that we all started photography because we loved it. And even before Instagram and all these things that we have nowadays, we did it because we wanted to and we loved it, and we still love it. I still love it, but for some reason the whole pressure and the whole thing just makes it, I don't know, a little bit different, I guess. It's still a little bit early for sunset. We're gonna have some dinner. Now we're just walking around here, enjoying this beautiful place, beautiful region. And after dinner, I'm gonna see if I'll go for sunset, otherwise tomorrow morning for sunrise, because this place is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, it's definitely my favorite place to be. Not here specifically, just out in the mountains. It's like, it's just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. I love to quiet it. I love to be out here, and yeah. I think there's a couple of reasons why we lost and why we're not really inclined to take photos anymore. To start off, I think the first and probably the main reason, which is something I've heard from a lot of people actually, is social media. And here you can go crazy with the reasons of why people are not taking photos anymore, but I think the main thing is that social media changed and we are not looking or seeing any photos anymore. Like if you open Instagram, for example, most of what you see is videos, shorts, quick stuff, things that are made to be consumed pretty quickly. And for people who don't want to do that type of content or who doesn't like to watch it, then seems like there is no more place for photography. There is not a place for you to put your photos and to just maybe enjoy having them there without being bombarded with a lot of content that you don't want to see. I think that's one of the reasons. The other
reason, which is also related to social media, I think, is the pressure of having to put your content on Instagram kind of perfect, because this is how we live nowadays. Like, if the photo is not perfect, if everything is not aligned for you to post that photo, you're not going to post a photo, because everything you see is this sort of incredibly high quality, amazing transition stuff. And I think somehow that translates to photography that we don't want to post because we feel pressured. And I've heard from so many people that say exactly the same, that they're not on social media anymore. They love photography. They still sometimes taking photos, but they're not really posting, they're not sharing it. And even though they love it, they don't do as much as they used to. I also know that at the end of the day, we are maybe not doing this for approval or to kind of like, I don't know, just get an immense amount of likes and comments and being just so popular. I think a lot of people are just posting it because that is the only place that they want to post, or they have to post, or a place where they can post. But I know that, sometimes it's nice to have your photo being appreciated, because we normally put so much effort into the photos that we take that is not about being recognized. It's just more kind of like you want to feel good about the work that you put through, and that's just how it is. Another reason, I think it's probably the last reason, is the overwhelming amount of gear that we have. And I mean, yes, gear is amazing and I love it, but we have so much to choose from that it is amazing how much we can do now with all these gears and tools that we have. But at the same time, I believe for a lot of people that cannot afford to buy those gears that are released every month, pretty much makes you feel a little bit left out of the whole photography or videography aspect. I think if you don't have the latest camera or the latest lens, or you cannot afford to buy the latest gear, you somehow feel discouraged to go out and shoot more photography, because I think you're already thinking like, but my camera is not good enough and it's not going to produce anything that is worth sharing or anything like that. And I think this is also one of the biggest reasons that people are not taking photos and kind of like forgetting to go out and not even putting themselves out there to do more photos. So last weekend, I actually went out to the mountains with my wife, but at the same time I was thinking about what to take with me, because we were going to this beautiful place. I wanted to somehow capture something. And then I thought to myself, when was actually the last time that I picked up my camera for no reason? Like, just for the sake of having the camera and do the thing that I love to do, which is take photos, regardless if it goes on Instagram or if it doesn't go on Instagram, or if it's perfect, if it's not perfect. Like, when was the last time that you did that? Let me know in the comments, when was the actual last time that you just picked up a camera because you liked it and because this is what you wanted to do, and there's no pressure whatsoever to kind of share your work or, again, being perfect. And that's the question that I had, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go up there and I'm gonna take my camera, and if I take some photos, and if I kind of like inspired to go out and shoot because the place is nice, I will. And if I don't, I don't, because I don't want to live with that pressure. But it was amazing.
Cool. It's gorgeous, isn't it? The Alps.
Can you hear the bells?
I cannot hear the bells.
No? You're all the way there, the castle. Can you see one?
No.
You have that little horn. You go up, and after the hill on the back.
To the hill. Oh, like flock, like sheep. Like all the way there. So. Not there from the north. Oh yeah. Very windy up here, but it's much better than 37 degrees that we had last week, melting at home. It's a little bit windy up here. Hopefully you guys can hear me. I can probably hear the bells. We just saw a guy who was sitting up there, and he actually might have lost the last train to go down. So a bit of advice: if you come to the Swiss mountains and the Alps, make sure you have a train back, because otherwise it's gonna be a few hours to go down like 2,000 meters. So just rainforest. Very nice. See, without photos, there was no history. So take photos. Upload. So I was actually expecting a nicer sunset, but well, it's pretty. You guys can see behind me is actually super nice, but it's very cloudy. I cannot really see the mountains. So I wanted to take some photos, so I guess we have to wait to sunrise tomorrow morning, which is super early. I'm gonna do my best to get it. And I was walking around after dinner here, and it's just a beautiful, gorgeous place, and this is what we do, especially in photography. I mean, I love landscape and I love photography in general. I think this is the sort of places that I need to come to remind myself why I do this. The quietude, the peace, the landscape in general. I'm in Switzerland, and it's absolutely gorgeous. This is kind of like a nice reminder to us to kind of like continue doing what we do besides Instagram, besides social media, because I feel that we're just kind of making content to show it to other people, and we're not really kind of doing what we love and what we like because of this pressure of having to post on Instagram and having to be the perfect photo, having to be the perfect video, the perfect hook, whatever it is. That kind of tires me up a little bit.
We always started photography for different reasons, different motivation, but deep down, we always started because we wanted to start, or because we had a deeper reason to maybe go out and capture our beautiful world. We were not thinking about how many millions of likes or followers or subscribers or anything like that when we started. I was not thinking that way. And at some point, obviously, when you get good at photography and you're enjoying it and you're just kind of living the dream, it's naturally at some point that you're going to think about, okay, how can I make this a living? How can I support myself? How can I support my family? At the end of the day, now making something that you love, that you want to kind of capitalize on it, which is completely normal. Like I remember when I started photography because I was looking for a place that I could outlet my creativity. Like I wanted to express myself, being different, being out there, kind of learn something new. And I absolutely fell in love with photography because of those things, not necessarily because of what photography could give me or can give me, but just because of what it is and how you do it and how you learn. I mean, I love photography, and it has never been about the money or the job or anything. And I think we fall into this trap that now is just how we make money. This is how we do things. This is just because we can. We post on Instagram and we wish for millions and millions of followers and likes and everything else. And that's not why we started it. At least that's not why I started it.
Good morning. It's 5:30 in the morning here in Switzerland, and I'm pretty tired, but I had to get up and look at this beautiful sunrise today. I mean, we're going to check the other side because it's insane. And I'm gonna try to snap a few pictures, but most of it try to kind of relax. And again, remember when we spoke yesterday, try to find the purpose back of why we do what we do. And even though I'm tired, I had to wake up early. Don't need to hike a lot though, just good. It's the sacrifices we make. But check this out, it's fucking gorgeous. I'm not even there yet. It's pretty quick now. It's pretty quick. I brought Kobe with me. Yeah. Oh man. I mean, check this out. Oh man, it's amazing. This kind of makes me feel so humble and small. Nature is just impressive. Like, nothing can compare. It's just incredible. So right here, I mean, I need to turn around. Just filming on the wrong location. Yeah. I just got here. It's absolutely incredible. I need to take some photos, meaning I need to use this camera. But I have the 24-70 to snap some very nice, hopefully close up some mountain and do it quickly before the sun comes up. So I'll be right back. Like, I remember when I bought my first camera, and the questions that I asked back then were completely different than the questions that we ask now. Yes, there were different times, and now we had, again, as I said before, an overwhelming amount of gear that we can choose from. But the question back then were not like, how can I go and get 1 million followers, or how can I go and, I don't know, take photos vertical and horizontally because now I have to post on 2 different platforms, or what is the resolution going to look like. I remember back then that the questions I asked were like, okay, which camera can I afford now, because that's what I need to take photos. It's a camera. How good the camera is, that doesn't really matter. If you cannot afford one, then it's kind of irrelevant. So which camera can I afford now? Second was, which lens can I buy, because obviously the body is mostly sometimes the more expensive and you need a lens to shoot. So I was like, okay, which camera can I buy now? Which lens can I buy now? And with that combo, what is the best combo that will allow me to go out, shoot photos and get better? Those are my questions. I was not really worried about the resolution and how sharp it is, and how because I was at the beginning, I didn't really care much about that. Now I do, because obviously my photography skills is in a different level. But at the beginning, I didn't care about that. I just want to go out, shoot, get better, have fun, enjoy the process. That's all I wanted. So these right here, one second. This right here was my first camera. This is a Canon 6D, and the reason that this was my first camera, it was because I learned shooting on a Canon camera. I actually asked my uncle at the time to see if he had a camera available. He had one. It was a Canon 60D, and that's the camera I started. But this was the first camera that I bought with my own money. This is the first camera that got me started in photography by myself, where I could say, okay, now I have my own camera, I have my own lens, and I paired this camera with a 50mm lens, and I shot with this camera and a 50mm lens for a long time. I'm actually still interested if it's still any good. I might do some tests and make a video about it to see if it's still good in 2026 after, I don't know, this camera's for like 20 years old, maybe even more. But look how bulky and how crazy it is, right? Like compared to what we have nowadays. But that was my first camera, and with this camera I could just do what I wanted to do. Like, the photos were amazing. I could just develop my own skills, develop my own style. I could play around until I had some more money to buy more lenses, and I mean, I loved it.
this is all I wanted. I was not really worried about the resolution or how beautiful it would be on social media. I was just worried about, is it gonna be good for me? Like, can I learn it? Can I actually explore and do the things that I want to do with this camera? And yes, something I also know is that we are in different times than we were 15 years ago, but it's still, I think to this day, we are more worried and concerned about what camera should I buy, which lens should I pair with, which they're all valid questions, but we focus so much into what gear to get, what camera to get, what will give me the best, that we actually don't go out and shoot anymore. We spend so much time researching, even if we buy the best camera that there is in the market, you're still not going to go out and shoot because you're going to get so much pressure from now having to use this extremely expensive camera. And to be honest, one thing that Peter McKinnon said once in a video, and it's spot on, it doesn't matter what camera you have. If you don't go out and shoot, then it's pointless. You need to take the camera that you have and create content with the camera that you have. Take photos with the camera that you have, not wishing to have a camera that you didn't have, because at the end of the day, if you don't take your camera out of the bag, it's useless. And I think that's what we're more concerned about today, is the amount of gear that you can have, what is the best camera, what is the best everything, that we just don't go out and shoot anymore. We lost the pleasure of waking up for sunrise or sunset, to go to amazing places, to have fun while doing it. And I'm guilty of that, losing the fun of doing something because you want to be so professional, you want to be so like perfect, that you lose the fun of it. And I think for me, being in the mountains on the weekend was sort of like a reminder that, I can still have fun, I can still go out, take photos, good or bad, it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, what I love is the craft. What I love is to be out. What I love is just to be taking photos and create something, expressing myself. And I think that's a reminder for us today.
Sunrise was a bit cloudier than I expected, but I think that's the beauty. You never know what you're gonna get until you go and check it for yourself, and most of the time it pays off. Like today it is just cloudy, and I thought it would be very clean, but I actually prefer like that because I don't know, I like moodier photos, and they're gorgeous. I'll put them on the screen now so you can check it out and see the location that I am. But something that I was thinking about while I was shooting is definitely the fact that we, and I included, we forgot about why we do this and why we go to places like this, why we wake up early, why we started photography in the first place. And I think a lot of people think that photography is kind of dead, and there's no purpose anymore. We have all AI images, we can generate anything, but it has never been about the end result. It has never been about the photo you take. It has always been about the experience. It has always been about the friends you meet along the way, the places you visit, the things that happen until you get there. It has always been about that, and the photo just kind of being a reflection of the things that you went through, or the places that you went to see and visit. And that's what photography is all about. And it's a massive thing for our history. Without photography, we wouldn't have any images from back in the day. Like here at the beginning of the hotel, you can see some images from like 1890s, I think, and it's crazy how they were able to come back up here completely with nothing, with charcoal, trains, and I mean, absolutely mind-blowing. And you can only see that with the photos. So I think that's a lesson. That's the reason why we should continue doing this. Not allowing our social media to just say, no, this is not good, or no, don't do this, or just even worse, just put pressure on ourselves that we end up not shooting anything and not really enjoying the moments that we should enjoy. And it's getting a little bit brighter because the sun is rising just right here behind the clouds. But I think that's pretty much it for today's episode, guys. I think for me it was just more to come out here, kind of remember why I started doing this, why I love this so much, why this is the place where I most of the time feel at home, like feel that that's where I belong, that's where I love to be. Yeah, I think it's kind of a reminder for you too, just to get out there, create. Don't really bother about what people say or the internet says. I know it is easy said and done, but you know, at the end of the day, it's just our experiences, our photos, our memories, our things that we want to carry with us. So I say thank you so much for watching. This was a bit of a all crazy episode, but you know, I'm gonna stick around here for a little bit and enjoy a little bit more of the sun. Hopefully it comes out better, but the view from here is absolutely incredible, and I'm so grateful to be here. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this quick time with me here. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments, why did you start photography in the first place, and maybe why or what made you stop with this beautiful craft that is photography and so much of us love. And I feel that it has been lost with this whole social media, which should have been the opposite. But yeah, let me know in the comments, and I am gonna see you in the next one. Peace.